Let's go Browns! The pressure is mounting in Cleveland, and everything could change after just one more game. A critical decision looms, one that could reshape the direction of the season and possibly define the future of a franchise still searching for stability. Tensions are rising inside the locker room, frustrations are spilling onto the field, and a young player is about to face the biggest test of his career. With emotions running high and expectations unmet, the next move could be bold, controversial, and absolutely necessary. Here's what you need to know. So, click the like button and tell me, in your opinion, what do the Browns need to do to beat the Dolphins? Write in the comments. Now, Bruce Drennan isn't mincing words when it comes to the Cleveland Browns' current quarterback situation. With the Miami Dolphins set to visit this Sunday, Drennan labeled it a must-win for Cleveland, and all eyes are on rookie QB Dillon Gabriel. After 2 straight losses in his first 2 starts, the pressure is mounting on Gabriel not just to show flashes, but to deliver a win against a struggling Dolphins squad that mirrors the Browns' 1-5 record. Gabriel's numbers so far tell the story of a team searching for answers under center. Just over 57% completions, 430 passing yards, and 3 touchdowns through 4 appearances. It's not catastrophic for a rookie, but in a season where Cleveland has scored just 26 points combined in Gabriel's 2 starts, every offensive misfire feels magnified. There's no room for patience. With veteran Joe Flacco now performing in Cincinnati after his trade earlier this month, the Browns' quarterback depth is razor thin. That's why Drennan is already raising the prospect of turning to Shedeur Sanders if Gabriel falters again this weekend. Let's be clear, Sanders hasn't taken a snap in the NFL yet. He was only recently promoted to backup status. But with Cleveland's offense dragging and Gabriel unable to lift the team in his starts, the calls for a shakeup are growing louder. The matchup against Miami may not just shape the rest of the Browns' season, it could determine the course of Gabriel's NFL future in Cleveland. Beyond the quarterback situation, the Browns' offensive struggles aren't limited to under center. Jerry Jeudy, brought in with high hopes following a Pro Bowl season, has had a rocky start in Cleveland. He's drawn 2 fines from the NFL already this season, including one for an unnecessary roughness penalty after a confrontation with Steelers cornerback Joey Porter Jr. that moment, which earned a 15-yard penalty, disrupted the Browns' opening drive in Week 6 and set a poor tone for the game. Jeudy admitted his mistake and took accountability, but it wasn't his first offense this year. The league also fined him for taunting during the season opener against the Bengals. Jeudy's production hasn't matched his reputation or paycheck either. Through 6 games, he's collected just 20 receptions for 240 yards and still hasn't found the end zone. Worse yet, he leads the league in drops with 7 already, this coming after finishing 3rd in the NFL in drops last season with 10. That's a serious concern for a team that's desperately trying to give its rookie quarterback confidence and rhythm. Browns analyst Mac Blank went as far as labeling the drops of persistent organizational weakness, pointing to previous struggles from players like Amari Cooper and David Njoku in recent seasons. Speaking of Njoku, he too found himself in the NFL's disciplinary spotlight this week. He was fined nearly $15,000 for an obscene gesture made late in the loss to Pittsburgh, adding to an already frustrating season for Cleveland's tight end group. Despite his talent, Njoku hasn't been able to produce the spark this offense sorely needs. The coaching staff is aware of the need for change, both in execution and discipline. Head coach Kevin Stefanski didn't hold back after Jeudy's penalty, stressing the importance of staying composed, especially in high-stakes rivalry games. "We teach that. We can't do that," Stefanski said. "Those are real yards that are hard to overcome." Even Dillon Gabriel, with all his rookie responsibilities, understands that getting Jeudy going is vital. "I think Jerry is hardest on himself," Gabriel said this week. "We believe in Jerry. Jerry believes in himself. It starts with me and being able to help that connection. The chemistry is a work in progress, but they're running out of time to get it right." Meanwhile, the stats paint a grim picture. The Browns are near the bottom of the NFL in nearly every offensive category. Through 6 games, tight end Harold Fannin Jr., not Jeudy, not Njoku, leads the team in receiving with 254 yards. Cedric Tillman, another wideout, is the only receiver with multiple touchdowns, and he only has 2. Injuries haven't been the culprit here. The names are on the field. But consistency, discipline, and execution are glaringly absent. This Dolphins game looms as a fork in the road not just for Gabriel, but possibly for the trajectory of the entire offense. The Browns are actually favored by 1.5 points at home, but anything short of a win could mark the beginning of major changes, both at quarterback and in the offensive hierarchy. So Browns fans, do you think Dillon Gabriel deserves one more shot, or is it already time to see what Shedeur Sanders can do? Because here's the reality, this isn't just about a rookie quarterback getting a learning curve. Dillon Gabriel is operating without a safety net. Joe Flacco is gone. The offensive line has been mediocre at best. The run game hasn't been able to take pressure off the passing attack. And the receiving core, led by a struggling Jerry Jeudy, is dropping the ball literally and figuratively. Gabriel's numbers might look pedestrian, but what's happening on the field shows a rookie trying to make plays behind a system that doesn't seem to trust itself. Cleveland's offense lacks rhythm, identity, and above all, confidence. You can see it in the hesitation on routes, in the miscommunication between quarterback and receiver, and in the penalties that continue to kill momentum. It's hard to develop a young quarterback under these circumstances. But that's where the conversation about Shedeur Sanders heats up. Though he's yet to take an NFL snap, the buzz around Sanders has grown steadily since training camp. His promotion to backup wasn't just procedural, it was a message. If Gabriel can't deliver against a 1-5 Dolphins team, there's no reason to delay the experiment any further. But shifting to Sanders isn't a magic fix. This team's core problems would remain. Jeudy, despite all his raw talent and route-running ability, is clearly rattled. Leading the league in drops for the second year in a row is not a statistical fluke, it's a pattern. And for a player expected to be the primary target, it's unacceptable. Stefanski continues to back his receiver publicly, but you have to wonder how long the staff is willing to wait for Jeudy to snap out of it. And what about David Njoku? His fine for an obscene gesture might seem like a footnote, but it reflects deeper frustration within this locker room. Njoku was expected to be a major weapon in the red zone, especially with a rookie QB under center, but instead, he's become more known for off-field headlines than production. Let's not ignore Cedric Tillman's small but significant contributions either. With 2 touchdown catches, he's at least shown a knack for making plays in the end zone, something no other receiver on this roster has done more than once. And Harold Fannin Jr. leading the team in receiving yards? That's both a compliment to his work ethic and a glaring indictment of Cleveland's intended offensive stars. Sunday's game is more than just Week 7. It's a referendum on the entire offensive structure of the 2025 Browns. If Gabriel shows signs of progress and the Browns can secure a win, it buys time to build chemistry, fix protection issues, and get Jeudy and Njoku more involved the right way. But if it goes south? If Gabriel throws a couple of picks, Jeudy drops another critical third down catch, or the offense once again sputters in the red zone, that's when you can expect the calls for Shedeur Sanders to reach a fever pitch. Because at 1-6, with a shaky QB situation and star players underperforming, the fan base won't tolerate sticking with the status quo. Cleveland didn't draft Sanders to sit forever. And whether fair or not, that timeline could be moved up dramatically based on what happens this weekend. So what do you think? If the Browns fall short against Miami, should Sanders get the nod in Week 8? Or do you believe Gabriel deserves more time to find his rhythm in a struggling system? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel to stay well informed. Go Browns!